Hello everybody and welcome to my YouTube channel. For those of you who know me, welcome back. And for those of you who don't, I'm Pia and I'm your host for all things luxe. On today's video, I'm going to share with you 7 or 8 uniforms for summer. And here's the reason why. I grew up going to schools where waking up in the morning and getting dressed to go to school was a no-brainer. No matter how sleepy you were, since the uniform was compulsory, there was a very automatic action behind the act of getting dressed. Shirt, tie, blazer, bam, bam, bam. I always loved fashion and I grew up surrounded by it on both my grandparents' sides. But that's a story for another day. So as a big fashion lover, I always liked to tweak my uniforms just a little bit to suit me and the face or the mood that I was in on that day. I have to admit, I did tweak it a little bit too much sometimes, and it might have cost me 1 or 2 getting kicked out of class situations. Now fast forward to my gap year before university, fresh out of high school, ready to take on the world one look at a time. Fast forward even more to university days in London, with all the amazing fashion spectrums surrounding me on a daily basis. I mean, the possibilities. But then as time went by, I got my corporate job in high jewelry. I had to still attend class. I was directing and styling fashion shoots in my time off for magazines. And I started to get styling fatigue. And so I quickly noticed I wanted a uniform back again in my life. Now, it's been years since I applied seasonal uniforms to my wardrobe. And yes, my style continues to evolve. I change those uniforms from time to time. But what I do on a regular basis is to create those go-to outfits, uniforms as I like to call them, for kind of repetitive situations I will have in my life, and then obviously adapt them to every season. I'll sometimes even go through a period in which I stop doing this and then I really miss it, and something will remind me about it, and then bam, I start doing it again, and I feel so much better. So here I am making some summer uniforms today. I have notes in here of situations that repeat themselves on a sort of weekly basis, I would say. Something for work. For you, that might look a little bit different. For me, there's kind of 2 subcategories. One will be filming, like today, and then another one will be editing or creating lookbooks for clients. Then the second one will be PR events, which is kind of like semi-formal dressing, I would say. And I have day work meetings in Paris from time to time. The fourth one will be lunch with the girls once a week. The fifth one is something to chill out in the weekend, or maybe a travel outfit, basically something that will be super comfortable. The sixth one is something to run errands with on a really rainy day. I do live in Normandy and it gets quite rainy here all year round. And then the 7th one will be going to the beach, because I do live in the seaside. So summertime means a little bit more beach going. Now, as a little twist to this outfits I'm sharing with you today, I wanted to create something that would be kind of like a linen capsule wardrobe, if that makes sense, or at least add 1 piece of linen into every single look that I'm creating today. So let's get started. The first category, like I said, it will be a working from home day. And those days basically divide themselves in 2. It can be days in which I film and days in which I don't film and just edit or create lookbooks for clients. This first look is basically the same one, and there's little variations depending on if I'll be filming or not. I like to be comfortable when I film sit-down videos and when I edit them too. And I also want to look a little elegant, a little put together, feminine, with perhaps a tiny bit of a South American vibe. So I started to look with this little crop top from Declerck, which is a true, quite luxury brand made here in France. I'll tell you a little bit more about them in a minute. I paired it with a skirt I already have in my wardrobe. Then that can be a base layer for a day when I'm editing at home. But if I'm going to be filming, I might as well just add a pair of chunky earrings, perhaps a little neck scarf like this one from Declerck as well. It's an outfit I can be comfy in, but if I actually have to go outside, I can trade in my pantuflas for a pair of kitten heels or mules, add a little jacket if needed, like this one, which is also made all in linen, and be ready to go on my merry way. Or if it's really hot outside, I might as well trade in the jacket for a little hat. This one right here is by Maison Lorette, obviously. So basically with 1 base layer, I ended up making a couple of outfits that can take me from editing in the sofa and being a sort of couch working potato into a presentable human being and actually leaving the house. Next up on this work category is a semi-formal event that will typically take place in Paris. I'm thinking like a PR event when it comes to the presentation of jewelry, makeup, fragrance. You get the gist. Chic city vibes meet 5 million Celsius degrees. I mean, summer can get so hot hot in Paris. Everyone forgets after a glass or two of rosé or champagne. For this look, I've kept the top with the little scarf, which adds kind of a quintessential chic touch to the look, while still keeping me very fresh. And I married it with this pair of matching linen Bermuda shorts. This type of shorts will be your absolute best friend, whether you're thinking beachside, city style. Pair of completely not see-through, very high quality linen shorts can be such a nice addition to a wardrobe in summertime. I mean, the fabric on this ones is just absolute perfection. The reason for that is because Declerck's linen is actually certified to be of the highest quality out there, what we could call the Rolls-Royce of linen. To add a little bit of sparkle to the look, I've paired it with my Kelly Elan with yellow gold hardware that will match my yellow gold earrings. And then when it comes to shoes, I would pick up from the white on the neck scarf and wear a pair of white mules or kind of silver goldeny flats and tie it all together with another chocolate brown mocha belt. Now, seeing this one on, I think there are two ways in which I would like to wear it. Either in a kind of like decontracted with this oversized jacket, or I could do the other short one to add a little bit more formality to the look and still remaining on the same color palette. A jacket like this one, which is a little bit shorter, might be a better option to achieve that extra formality, since it will look a little bit more tailored. But let's have a look at that. Now, just for reference, this one's a size 34, and normally on this brand I would wear a 36. I'm a 36 on their shorts. I'm a 36 on their tops as well. However, for the jackets, because there is no inner seam right here or a seam on the shoulder, it's kind of a drop shoulder situation, which allows you to play a little bit more around with the oversized look for it. So this one is a size 34 in France, which would equal about an XS internationally. Because there is no shoulder seam, it does still fit pretty nicely. And I think the fact that the jacket is a little bit shorter adds a little bit more of a formal touch to the look, making it perfect for a hot afternoon in Paris and then throwing this over once the sun goes down. Honestly, I'm obsessed. I think this is my favorite look out of all the ones I'm sharing with you today. The shorts fit like a glove. They're absolutely gorgeous. They pair super nicely with this type of brown. And just for reference, this is a normal type of linen color. This is the natural raw, not tinted. There's nothing going on for this color that you can see right here on the fabric today. And then something really beautiful would be to add perhaps a jacket like this one, where there's actually two color threads. If we have a closer look at this fabric, we'll notice that it's actually composed of a beige and white color on the thread. It could look really beautiful for a summer night event. Then obviously for a holiday, for an everyday look, I honestly think these pieces are absolutely gorgeous. They're going to stand the test of time. They are a testament to what true luxury is. Now, heading to the third situation I have noted here is day meetings in Paris. I want to feel comfortable and I have to be going from one place to another. Typically, if I was heading to a meeting in Normandy, we do live by the seaside, so I wouldn't feel uncomfortable wearing perhaps a white or a beige linen dress. But for Paris, I think like a darker dress would work better. If this is a look for meetings, I would pair it with my navy garden party so I can feel a lot of stuff inside. Agenda, laptop, books, all that jazz. And then marry it with a matching belt, matching shoes, something flat to be easy to feel nice and airy. Say it's actually a very sunny day and I want to cooperate with the weather. What I do is switch out the garden party for something with a little bit of lighter tones, like this work bag from Oleada. Still keep the large size format because I will need to carry my laptop, my agenda, and probably some documents around. Switch the dark flats for some lighter flat options like this ones. I would match the bag, and probably I'd switch around my belt as well. This one is actually a reversible one, so I'd probably switch it for the camel toned side, and that way I can give myself a little bit of that lighter shade tones to go in tune with the weather a little bit better. If the walking distances will allow for it, I do prefer to do flats just to have my feet out in the air. I do prefer an opened flat like the Oran ones. However, if I am going to have to be doing a lot of walking, I will opt for probably a closed shoe and a little bit more comfortable for long distance walking, like my moccasins from Scarosso. Overall, I do find that this kind of thick linen shirt dresses are a very good option to feel put together with a little bit of tailoring and still have that airiness that Parisian summer calls for. I've also styled my hair in a little bit of a ponytail because that's realistically how I will be wearing it on days when I have to run from a meeting to another. When it comes to earrings, I would probably stick to some sort of statement earring like this one's from Izoma, unless I feel like doing a little bit of a mismatched fun ear game. Now let's do situation number 4. This is lunch with the girls once a week. We actually try to make it once a week. Sometimes we're like really diligent and we'll always make it once a week, and sometimes it's like once a month, but we still call it our weekly lunch. This outfit is kind of tricky because I want to feel feminine, enhance a little bit my hourglass silhouette, but realistically speaking, and mainly to be really honest with you, what I need on this outfit is space. Practically speaking, I need belly growing space because when we go out eating with the girls, we eat. So this dress will probably be something that comes with a little bit of a fabric that I can belt outward. It might be a pair of elasticized trousers, something that I can easily adjust as needed. It might also be one of my Hermes adjustable belts that will come with this little feature behind to adjust it, or it can also be the babord belt, which is also adjustable and I really like. I do love this one particularly because it's reversible and adjustable. You can put it on your waist, you can put it on your hips, you can wear it on the camel side, you can wear it on the navy side. I really love this model, but they don't have it every season, unlike the Kelly adjustable one. Anyway, I'm diverting. I will normally carry a small bag for this lunch, since usually it happens on a day when I'm filming at home or editing at home, and I just leave the house to go do that lunch, come back and continue working from home, which was actually the case today. And I was wearing my new baby that needed a little bit of an outing on her first ladies' lunch today. I had the most delicious babette, which is basically a cut of meat. Anyway, this is not a food video. For earrings, I had done this ones right here. And then if I wanted to add the linen touch, I could use those little scarves that I was showing you earlier, perhaps this other one. And I really like tying that to the wrist. I think it adds a little bit of that Carrie Bradshaw touch to an outfit. Or I could do it on the neckline and just add a little bit more luminosity to the face. It also adds just a touch of extra feminine energy, which is what I'm looking to channel for these girly lunches. Now for look number 5, we've got a chill out weekend travel outfit. To me, an ideal travel outfit is something that I can feel really comfortable in. With all the belly issues I have, I want to feel like there's absolutely no pressure being put in here. Just the plain does something weird to my belly. I don't know, we're not going in there today. What I like to wear is something that I can feel put together in, like matching trousers with an elasticized waistband and a matching top or jacket. But then perhaps the fabrics for those pieces will be in silk or in cashmere for winter, something along the lines of the sets I showed you on my last video. I have a dress that's my go-to travel dress. It's this beige shirt dress in linen, or the beige dress that I was just mentioning. It's actually drying right now because it was washed yesterday. We've just got back from Cannes in the south of France. If you haven't watched that travel vlog, I will link it up here for you. And I actually wore it on a pit stop I had to do in Paris to shoot a little something. I'll include that video in here while I keep talking to you so you can have a little sneak peek and see what the dress looks like, although you might have seen it on a zillion gajillion videos already. However, it's just another version of this one I'm wearing right now. It's just one of those shirt dresses that if there is no belt on, it's honestly like an upgraded bathrobe, and it's just so comfortable. It's something I love to lounge in when I'm at home. And also, like I was saying before, if I just add a belt, accessorize it a little bit, perhaps a hat, some nice shoes, I can take it from couch potato mode to travel or go out mode in just a sec. For the jacket, I would normally opt for something, once again, that's very sort of unconstrained. You might remember my jacket option for this type of outfit that I do on the winter time. It's also one that has no seam on the shoulder. So I found kind of like the dupe for that jacket, but for summertime, and it's from Declerck as well. Now, what's really interesting about pieces like this one is that sizes will be a little bit interchangeable because you don't have a seam on the shoulders. So you can variate on sizing and play around a little bit with the oversized fitting on pieces. For look number 6, 6, we've got something to run errands with, but with the twist on days when it's rainy. So depending on how hot it gets, I like to build these outfits with either some sort of oversized denim or shorts, and then I'll add a little light top like this one, and a little jacket as well if the rain needs it. This has been my fave bag to carry lately on rainy days because she's waterproof and she still has that sort of summer kick to it. This one right here is my Oleada mini anchor bag. I did an unboxing for her some videos ago where I showed you some of my favorite summer bags. I do have a discount code for her and everything on the Oleada website, so if you're interested in it, I'll leave it down below. The reality behind days like this is that I'm probably going to be wearing flip-flops if it's really hot outside, or if not, I'll switch to trainers. It kind of depends on the mood and weather, I guess. And then once again, because the hair will be getting ruined, I did leave it up on a ponytail just to be a little bit more realistic. Then the last look on today's list is something for going to the beach. I'll obviously wear a bikini. I like to tan as much as possible, but to get to the beach, I like to have an outfit that will be appropriate enough for going for a cute little lunch break and just cut the tanning session and head to the beach club's restaurant. Something really nice worth noting about this particular linen t-shirt is that it's created in order to fit as a sort of beach cover-up slash almost like a micro dress. Depending on your body shape, you might be able to do this. I imagine somebody with perhaps a little bit less curves would be able to get away with this worn as a micro dress. Not particularly my case. My bum will most definitely not fit in there and make it look like a dress. The quality on this piece is absolutely gorgeous. I've put a black bra underneath on purpose just so you would be able to see how thick and nice the quality of the linen actually is. 100% linen, so it's going to keep me fresh. It's still a stylish piece to take to the beach. I mean, you can wear this on a daily basis. I honestly think a t-shirt like this can even be worn to the office, depending on what you pair it with. And then depending on where that beach is, I'll accessorize accordingly. To some beaches, you kind of like wear chunky earrings and this is and that. And then to some beaches, I'll wear literally just the jewelry that I sleep with. I won't add any earrings. I won't really bother with accessorizing. And then some other beaches and their beach clubs kind of call for a little bit more dressing. So I'll add a little detail with my belt, perhaps a matching hat, and make the look a little bit more interesting. Something matching with the sunglasses. You get the gist. Now quickly before ending this video, I wanted to give a big thank you to Declerck for partnering up with me. I know a lot of you viewers out there are sometimes on the hunt of new quiet luxury brands and just on the lookout for new designers, high quality pieces, well-made garments that are timeless, that will last you. I honestly strive to bring you on a regular basis. So when I found out about them, I immediately thought you'd fancy this brand since all the pieces they propose are 100% linen. They're all made in France from the linen crops to creating the thread with which the fabric is made, as well as their garment construction. All of it takes place here in France. I was also able to meet Marine, founder and owner of the brand. For the time being, it's just her doing absolutely everything. And even if those are not the forever plans for the brand, which she plans on growing, it's still at a point where if you need some sort of variation, you want the piece in another color, you want it a little bit of a different length, and you're willing to wait, she will accommodate that for her customers. I mean, how more luxe can it get? All right, you guys, that was it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you're not done, I'll leave you 2 more in here so you can binge a little bit more. See you on the next one. Bye!